All right, so hi everyone, welcome back to this session. Please confirm in the chat below if we are completely audible and visible. We have a very exciting session planned ahead for you with Sumaira. So, Sumaira is here to share her interview experience, and we'll get to know learn a lot about Cognizant here. So, please confirm in the chat below if we are audible and visible to you so we can start off this session. Also, please comment yes in the chat if you can hear us and see us clearly. And meanwhile, we are also looking at your comments, and we will be taking up some questions from the live chat. So make sure to drop all your queries and doubts in the comment section below. All right, so a lot of people have confirmed. It seems like we are good to go. So hi, Sumaira, welcome to the channel. Would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
Hello, ma'am. My name is Sumaira Khan. I am from Bhopal. I'm currently pursuing my BTech in Computer Science Engineering from Ellen City College, Bhopal. I am currently in my fourth year right now, my seventh semester.
All right. So, Sumaira, would you like to tell the audience which company have you gotten placed in and what is the role that you have gotten there?
Yes, ma'am. So I have been placed in Cognizant, and the role that I have got is Programmer Analyst Trainee, which was for Gen Z profile.
All right. So, everybody in the chat who is from the 2023 batch or even from 2024 batch or 2022 batch, or if you are aspiring to get a job at Cognizant and you're looking forward to it, I hope that you find this session helpful. So, make sure to stay till the end. All right, Sumera, so let's start with the session. Could you let us know if this was an on-campus placement or an off-campus placement, or how did you hear about this drive?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, it was an on-campus placement, and our college has only informed us about it. So it was from the Superset platform that we had to submit the application form.
All right, and once you applied, also like, could you shed some light on how you applied for it, and like when you received an update from your college, what were the next steps involved?
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, on 3rd August, our college told us to enroll in it. So, we have submitted the application form through Superset platform only. There already we have our resume and every detail over there. So, we just had to click on apply. And after that, on I guess on 20th August, we have received the assessment login details. So, what was the assessment login and everything? So, that was it. Up till then, we had just got the mail for the assessment.
Okay, so just to wrap up, you applied for the drive on 3rd August, right?
Yes,
Okay, and when did you receive your first email saying that you have an assessment scheduled?
ma'am, 20th August.
All right, so it roughly took like 16, 17 days
Yeah,
for the company to get back. Okay, okay, okay. All right, and once you got, your assessment mail, and when was your assessment scheduled for?
ma'am, it was on 22nd.
Okay, so you were given 2 days to,
Yeah,
you were informed 2 days prior to your assessment date.
yeah,
Okay. All right, and then how did the assessment go? And basically, can you tell us something about the exam pattern and how did the assessment
yeah.
go for you?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, firstly, when we were filling the application form, I forgot to mention it there. They have already given us two profiles. That was Gen C and Gen C Elevate. So for Gen C, only those students had to apply who only wanted to opt for the aptitude exam. So we had to take on the aptitude test, and for Gen C Elevate, they had to take for the coding test. So the coding test, they only had to give the coding, not the aptitude one, and the Gen C students only had to give the aptitude test, not the coding test.
So it was optional in your
Yeah,
case.
yeah, it was optional.
Okay, 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 okay. And all right, then what next?
Yeah, then the assessment was scheduled. So we had got 1 hour 40 minutes approx for the assessment to get completed, and there were three sections in the assessment. First was the English assessment. 20 questions were given over there, and it was like all basic English. Unseen passage was given there, and then to rearrange the sentences, some questions like that, which are already mentioned on Prep Insta. So if you have the subscription, you are good to go with it. And then the second section was the aptitude one. So quantitative aptitude was given, and basically in that I would say that only the questions from maths was there. 10th mathematics, ninth and 10th mathematics, everything was there. So I would like to mention some topics. Pie chart was given, preference, ratio, proportion, probability, polynomial, circles, profit and loss, and the speed of stream. These questions all were there in the test. And then the last section was gamification round. So in my case, I got the games like the switch challenge, geo pseudo, and motion challenge.
All right, and I believe everybody in the audience watching here keeping notes of what Sumaira is saying here, and this. I believe this is going to be a very informational live since Sumaira has worked really hard to get actual information. And just letting you all know, she was telling me prior to this session that she has actually noted down everything to make sure that all the information is as accurate as possible. So please drop some hearts in the chat for Sumera and for her putting in so much effort for this live. All right, Sumera. So let's continue. So as you said, like as you explained the entire exam pattern, which section do you think you struggled with the most and why?
Ma'am, I think that I was not able to struggle a lot in it because I'm good. I'm very good at maths, and but I think other students would like to face a lot of difficulty in the quantitative ability only, because there not everybody has got good math skills. So I think they have to work really hard on maths because the topics were based on maths only, pure maths.
All
So
right.
I think that,
So you think that requires a lot of practice, basically. If you're not
yeah,
naturally good at it, that requires a lot of
yeah.
practice. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So once this assessment was done, when did you hear back from the company about the results and and the further procedure?
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, this was an elimination round. So, the students who qualified this round were sent a mail on 26th August that your communication assessment will be scheduled. So, I got a mail on 26th August that my communication assessment will be conducted on 29th August.
So that's 4 days after your assessment
Yeah,
was held, and then for 3 days later, you were scheduled for the interview.
yeah.
Okay, and let me know if I'm wrong here, but I believe Cognizant doesn't really send rejection mails; they only send
No.
shortlisting mails, right?
Yeah, yeah. They don't send rejection mails.
Okay. So if you are shortlisted, and that is for people watching in the audience, if you are shortlisted, you are going to hear back from the company. But if you're not shortlisted, there is a possibility like that, you're not going to be informed about it. So
Yeah.
don't be disheartened. And with that being said, Sumera, let's continue. So what happened after that? Like you got an interview date for 29th, and
No, ma'am.
uh,
No, ma'am. The interview date was not on 29th. The communication exam was for 29th.
okay, you had the communication
Yeah.
round first. All right. So okay, so what did your communication round involve?
Ma'am, it was like basic. All the communication exams are held. So there was like we had to listen to the sentence and then repeat the sentence. Then there were like fill in the blanks kind of sentences they spoke, and we had to fill in the blank and give the full sentence. And I think in the last, I remember that they have given you a topic to speak about it for like 1 minute or 30 seconds. So I think my topic was on terrorism. So I spoke about it, and then the assessment got cancelled. So English communication, I don't think it will not be a big problem for everybody because everybody has got a little good English, so they'll be able to do it.
And contrary to that, actually, I would like to tell you a few days ago, we also went live for Cognizant's interview experience itself with another student of ours. And they actually had very different take on this. They were not really confident about the communication test. And, he thought that it was difficult for him to actually go through the communication round because it's very important that you're pronouncing everything
Yeah,
properly and everything is going good. So I think that that is very subjective. Like it was easy for
yeah,
you because, as you can see, you have good communication skills. But
yeah.
do you think a lot of people out there would require practice to do that?
Yes, ma'am, definitely. More like almost most of my friends are also having a lot of difficulty in the communication round. They clear all the other rounds except the communication round. So I think that everybody should have good communication skills at least by your fourth year. I think that should not be a problem.
Yeah, definitely. And we always discuss about coding rounds. We always
Yeah,
discuss about quantitative aptitudes and stuff. But there are a lot of times that we miss out on very important facts. Like
yeah,
your communication skills are very, very important for
exactly.
communications rounds as well as for interview rounds. Also,
Yeah,
it's very important that you're confident and you know that what are the things involved to make sure that you are doing good at them.
yes.
So, all right. So, after your communication, also like just to help the audience, can you let us know if this round was an elimination round or not?
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. I don't think that it was an elimination round because it was like everybody who gave this round was moved down to the interview.
Okay, okay, okay. So this was done on 29th, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then when did you have your interview?
Ma'am, and on 2nd September, I got the mail that my interview will be held on 3rd September. So one day prior, they have given me the mail, and on 3rd September, I had my interview.
Okay, and how many interview rounds did you have in total?
Ma'am, only one.
Okay, and it was a technical plus HR, right?
There was not too many technical questions, I would say, but it basically depend upon the interviewer.
Okay, okay, okay. So how did your interview round go, and what kind of questions were you asked?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, first of all, so when my interview started, so the interviewer told me to show my ID card to him. So I showed him my ID card. That's a very important thing you should keep, because many of my friends, I had a conversation with them. So they told me that they were not having the ID card, so their interview was cancelled. They couldn't move ahead in the interview round. So secondly, after that, the interviewer showed me my pictures of my written test, the pics that were clicked, and he told me to recognize that it was me or not. After that, my interview started. So basically, these were the testings that were going
Okay.
on.
All right, and just to be clear, your interview was held in online mode or offline mode?
No, ma'am, it was on online only.
Okay, okay, okay. And you were shown pictures also to recognize if it was
Yeah,
you, then your
yeah,
actual interview started.
yeah.
All right, all right. And what kind of questions were you asked in the interview?
Yes, ma'am. First of all, so he asked me to introduce myself, so I gave my introduction, and I wouldn't say that only based on my introduction he asked me the questions, but the details that I have given on my Superset account, they have made asked us to make our separate resume. So the details that were there also, so he asked me questions related to them as well. So after giving my introduction, he asked me certain questions on my like hobbies. So I had included cooking as my hobby over there. So he asked me that, have you made food for like a bulk amount of people? So I said no, no, sir. So and after that, he gave me 5 aptitude questions. I would say basic to medium level aptitude questions. He told me to solve in front of him and give him the answers. So luckily, I had given all the correct answers. So he was simultaneously telling me also that yes, your answer is correct. After that, he told me to write a coding question on palindrome. So he told me to write it on the chat box only. So I wrote it there, and it was also correct. And then he proceeded with the question. So I think he only asked me 2 to 3 questions of technical, that was inheritance, oops, very basic oops questions, not like difficult ones. And then it was more of a HR round. So he asked me like questions related to what do you think about yourself, are you put if you are put in such a situation, that how are you going to react. So those kind of questions. The interview was very I would say smooth. It went on very smooth.
All right, that's really good for you. And if we talk about HR questions, and it's kind of tricky.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
most
yeah,
people do not understand, but it's very tricky. It sounds very very simple. Like you're just asked what are your hobbies, and
yeah,
you're given some test case scenarios as to what you would do. But
yeah,
it is kind of tricky because whatever you are saying is making a difference in your interview, and that is everything in your interview is basically depending on that. So that is very technical. And Sumera, how did you prepare for those kind of questions?
Ma'am, actually, I have like had a lot of time before everything. So I had got the Prime subscription, I think 4 to 5 months before. So I had a good amount of time to prepare for myself. So I prepared from Prepinsta only. I did not go anywhere else. I think the questions that are mentioned here are more than sufficient for anybody to crack any placement exam. So that's what I think. You can prepare from here, and you'll be good to go.
Okay, thank you for such kind words, by the way. And we have also tried our best to make sure that all the latest and up to date details are already there on the website. So, if you are also a Prime user, that is for the people again watching in the audience. If you are already a Prime user, you can just go to Cognizant's course. You can check out Bethesda Prime. I'm very sure the team has shared links in the chat, and the links, all the links to our social media, to the website, and everything else is already in the description box below. So you can just go there, check it out for yourself. Or if you're not a user, it's not like we do not have anything to offer to you. You can also go to Cognizant's dashboard on pepinster.com. Again, the link is below in the description as well as in the live chat, and you can check out the eligibility criteria, the latest exam pattern, what is asked, and the entire syllabus as well. So again, everything that you need for Cognizant is included on Bethesda, as Sumera also said. And all right, so Sumera, your interview was it was held on 3rd September, right?
Yeah, on Superset platform only.
And you were also asked questions from your resume, as you mentioned, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and what, if you don't mind me asking, what did you include in your resume? Like, what kind of skills or what kind of, things did you highlight in your resume?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I'm very good at OOPS, DBMS, DSA, so I had included that. But I don't know why the interviewer didn't ask me anything from that. He only asked me very basic things. And but in the HR questions, I would like to include one two more questions. So he asked me that if some person like your colleagues, if you get into the company, are offered work from home, but you are not offered work from home, so how are you going to react in that situation? That was a bit tricky question. So and then
Because
he
there are a
asked,
lot of things that can go wrong in
yeah,
that, and you
yeah,
can, that is, that's a difficult question again, because if you say the wrong things, it would portray that you're not a team player, and
yeah,
it would not give off a good impression. So,
yeah.
what did you answer to that question?
Ma'am, actually, I answered like I gave a very basic, simple answer that, sir, I know that the company's requirement are more important than me. If the company think that I have to work from office, I will be very willing to work from office. And if the company gives me the opportunity to work from home, that will also not be an issue for me.
That's a very smart answer. That's a very smart answer, Sumaira. So kudos to you. I think you tackled that question really well. Also, people who are currently watching, if you have any questions for Sumaira, if you have any questions for me, please drop them in the chat below. We will be soon taking up questions from the live chat. And meanwhile, please listen to everything that Sumaira is sharing right now. I guess, even though you were not asked technical questions, you were mostly asked HR questions. They still had a good difficulty level in terms of you have to think and answer, and that were, in a very short span of time, it has to be very quick. So, it requires you to be really well prepared, and your presence of mind is also kind of checked here in such kind of questions. So, all right, Samara, so once your interview was done, when did you receive the results for your interview?
Ma'am, it was on 28th September. The results were out on Superset platform only. So the students who were selected, like first it was showing applied, that we have applied for Cognizant. Other than that, when we were offered, so it was showing offered. And
That's
many,
also a very good point, by the way. Again, like for companies like Cognizant and even other companies, I'm sure Capgemini and
yeah,
Wipro as well.
yeah,
All of these companies hire via super set, and for on campus as well as for off campus. That is most of the times the scenario. So that is a very good thing that Sumera said, and we have also received a lot of queries on this particular thing, that people, you just have to go there, and even if you receive the mail, maybe there could be a delay of a day or two, but your status there would be changed mostly on time. So you
yeah.
just have to go and check your application status there on the platform, which is Superset in this case, and see if it has changed to, batched, or maybe if it has changed to applied or selected, or whatever the criteria is. But that is important, because mails could be delayed by a day or two, but your application status is mostly up to date, and yeah, that is again a good thing shared by Sumera here. All right, Sumera. So that happened, and when did you receive the email for it?
Ma'am, on 20th they have shown it on Superset, and on 30th September they have sent us the mail.
Yeah, so there was a 10-day delay in the mail, but the status was changed like mostly in the next few days, right?
Yeah,
All right. So you applied on 3rd August, and the entire procedure was done by 30th September.
30th September.
Okay, okay, that's that's a very good news, and congratulations to you too for getting shortlisted for Cognizant. And now that you have this offer in hand, and make again, just letting people know that Sumaira is a 2023 batch graduate, so she will be graduating next year. So how do you feel about this opportunity, and how do you think that people who are watching right now can also get an opportunity like this?
Ma'am, I think it's a very good opportunity to work with Cognizant, and there are many benefits which one should see over there. Other companies have also got very good like opportunities, but I think that Cognizant, in terms of bond, it doesn't have any bond. So I think that was my case. I wanted to work in a company where there was no bond. So it's very good for me, and I think everybody can get a job in Cognizant if in case you have noted down all the points that I have told you. These were very basic things that I have noted down and wanted to share it, so that the other students, like just like me, I was also not aware about it, but after I gave the exam, I was pretty much sure about everything. So I think it will come in off campus also, and on campus also it's coming in many colleges. So I think you should prepare, keep preparing, and give your exam with confidence.
All right, and coming down to preparations, what would you suggest to somebody who's preparing for Cognizant right now? What would you suggest them to, how they should plan out their time, how they should be preparing for, you know, Cognizant or any other company that they are appearing for? Especially in this case, we'll discuss Cognizant, but again, for any companies and for placements in general. Because if I remember correctly, you said in the beginning of life that you started your preparations like 3 to 4 months prior than applying for it. So you did not rely on a week, or maybe after applying to the drive, you did not rely on preparing then, but you actually believed in preparing beforehand. So what would your advice be?
Ma'am, I think that at least if you don't have 4 months time, so if you have 1 month or 2 month time, don't waste your time. Just start preparing from the day itself. Because if you're going to think like that, then it will be a very big problem. If you're going to just start preparing a week or so, I don't think that you should do that. And you should prepare yourself, keep yourself updated, because not only Cognizant, other exams are also coming, must be coming in your exams or off campuses, so it will be beneficial for you. And I think in my case, I wanted to go for the aptitude exam for the Gen C profile. If you want to go for the coding test, so then you have to prepare a lot of on coding also, because the coding exams are a little tough, I would say, these days. So you have to
Or
do
like,
a lot of preparation.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Please continue. Please continue.
Yeah, yeah, no, 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 you can say.
Okay. And how would you suggest that they should start preparing in terms of? And I am very sure that people watching right now would rather hear it from you than they would hear it from somebody else. How would you suggest them that they should prepare for specifically Cognizant? Like what kind of resources to prefer, and how to plan out other errands, or maybe how to plan out other things in order to get a job at Cognizant?
Okay, so ma'am, if the people who are watching are a Prepinsta Prime subscription holder, so they can easily go to the Cognizant preparation over there, and I think it has covered everything. But if you are not a Prepinsta Prime subscription holder, so you can work on your aptitude basically, which is the main like marks holder. And you should also have good command on your English, because English, you can get disqualified in the English assessment also. The first round, as I mentioned, was also the English round. And if you are not good in English, your communication skills are weak, so you should just focus on that.
All right. So thank you so much for sharing all of that information. So I guess I have covered all the questions that I had for you. But people watching right now, can you please drop your queries in the chat below if you have any? We are taking up some questions from the live. So basically, I'm reading your comments now, and Sumaira will be answering them. If you have any questions for us, for me, or for Sumaira, please drop them in the chat below. We are live for the next few minutes, and then we will be wrapping up the session. So meanwhile, I'll just go through the comments, Sumaira.
Yeah,
Uh, uh, I people or two they're asking if you're selected for Gen C or Gen Z Elevate.
ma'am, I'm selected for Gen C.
Okay, and Sheikh Rahman Pragati is asking, hope I'll be there in the video soon. Sheikh, we believe, if you are preparing really well, and as I said, you're from the 2023 batch. If you are preparing really well, and do let us know if you need our help with that. We would love to help you with that at prep and stuff. And if you get placed, we would love to have you on the channel. Feel free to DM our team on Instagram. The link is in the chat below, as well as the link is in the description box as well. You can just reach out to our Instagram team, let them know that you're preparing for some company, and take their help if you want. They are really nice people, and if you get selected for any companies, I am assuring you that one day you will also be here on the channel. So all right. So Basu is asking, what is the entry level CTC in Cognizant? Basu, I'll tell you one thing. You can just visit Cognizant's dashboard, which is in the description box, as well as the links are in the live chat as well. Please tap on that and check out which roles are being offered by Cognizant currently, or what is the CTC that they are offering, eligibility criteria and stuff. So all of those details are already there on the page for Cognizant. So please visit the link. Or if you want, you can just go to Google and search Prep Insta Cognizant. The first link will pop up. Please tap on that and check out all the details that you need. If you have any questions, you can either DM our Instagram team, or you will see a small green message icon I think in the top bottom right corner of the screen when you are on the website. Obviously, you can just tap on that and directly talk to our team, and we would love to help you. Um, All right, I'm just looking for some questions. So there are a lot of repeated questions. Sheikh is saying, "Sir, please check your Insta DM. We will definitely get back to you. We get thousands of DMs on every single day. So you can just have some patience. Our team will definitely get back to you. Or if you are in a hurry and you want to reach out to us because it seems like you have left a lot of comments, please feel free to call us on 844-844-0710. You can directly connect with our team and ask your doubts and questions there. Swati is asking whether they will ask more technical questions. So, Sumaira, what is your take on it?
Ma'am, I think it will depend upon the interviewer. As many of my friends we had discussed, so their interviewer asked them a lot of technical questions other than HR questions, where basically this profile was for the aptitude only.
All
So
right.
I think it basically depends upon the interview.
Okay, so Swati, I hope you have your answer there. Again, if you have any more questions, please drop them in the chat below. Manak is saying I gave my assessment on 30th September, but I didn't get any updates. So Manas, I think it's just 7 days, and you can wait for a few more days till you hear back from the company. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Sunera.
No, ma'am, he should wait for a little time.
All right. And Swati is again asking whether they will ask us to write any codes while interview. So is that a possibility in Cognizant's interview where you'll be asked to write coding questions in the middle of the interview?
Ma'am, in my case, he asked me to write a palindrome coding question. So I think they can ask you.
Yeah, so again, they will, and again, they can ask you to share your screen also and
Yeah.
show your code and how you wrote it and stuff. So yeah, that is a possibility, Swati. Um, all right, so I guess that's it. Sheikh is also asking Sumaira's background. So Sumaira is from CS branch, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And Sumaira is also a 2023 batch graduate, Sheikh. So, as you mentioned that you are as well, you can take some inspiration from her and start your preparations for that because she did. She was smart enough to not waste any time and start her preparations right away and, made sure that there is no delay in that. All right. So I guess all we have covered all the questions, and thank you so much, Sumaira, for joining. And can you please give me a second? Like there is somebody from the team here, and Sumaira. Till then, like if you can explain to the audience if there are any, if there are any tips and tricks that they can do in order to get this placement.
Yeah, sure. So I think you should like prepare in the aptitude section. Make your aptitude section your strength, and then after that, if you have time, you can work on your communication skills, your English, basic English. You don't have to worry about but like what kind of English questions. So very basic English questions come there. You can also just go through from YouTube or somewhere else. Also, it will cover a lot of things from it.
All right, and I'm so sorry for that actually. And there were some errands that had to be done. Okay, so with that being said, Sumaira, thank you so much for coming to the channel. It was really good having you here, and this was a very good live session. And I believe everybody watching right now can take something away from this session, even if you are a 2023 batch graduate, or if you are a graduate from some other batch, or if you're preparing for Cognizant or any other company. There are a lot of things that you can take away from here. And please, if you have any more questions that were not taken up in the live session, we are so sorry, but we are short on time for that. But what you can do is you can come to our Telegram channel or our Instagram handles. Links to all of them are in the chat below. And they are also in the description box. So you can just visit them, talk to our team directly, or give us a call on 844-844-0710. We would love to talk to you and help you out with your preparations or any other query that you might have for TCS, Wipro, Amazon, any company that you want to get placed in. And guys, again, if you have any more questions or if you're watching this live session as a video, By the way, an update there. This video will be available as a on our channel as a video, and you can share it with your friends who were not able to join this session, or if there are any parts of the live session that you missed, you can just go back, rewatch it as many times as you want, and leave comments below for the team, and we will definitely get back to you on them. So thank you for coming to the channel, Sumaira. We wish you all the very best, and we hope you have a lot more endeavors. You really did good with the Cognizant, and we hope that you could do at other placements as well, or in your future in general.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
All right. So we will see you very, very soon. And we also have upcoming live sessions tomorrow as well. So there are some really good things planned ahead for people watching in the audience. Make sure to be back to the channel and subscribe if you are. And we'll see you soon.